Well, hey everyone, welcome to week 4 of your small group. I'm Micah and I'm really glad that you're here. Over the past 4 weeks, we've looked inward at community in your group. We've looked upward at spiritual growth. We've looked outward at serving our community. And this week we're going to look forward. The question this week is, where do we go from here? I'm really hoping that the last 4 weeks have been good, that you've enjoyed your time together, that you've gotten to know each other, that you've formed the beginning of maybe some decent friendships. And so the question for this week is, how do we go forward? What do we do next? How do we move on? Before we start that though, let's take a moment to zero in and figure out where we're at as a group. Over the past 3 weeks, every week we've started with some sort of storytelling or ice-breaking thing just to kind of get the ball rolling. Usually that's been tied to what we're going to talk about in group that day. This week though, we're going to do something that you could do every week if you want. A lot of groups start every week this way. And it's called high-low. It's really complicated. It starts like this. What was your high for the week? And then the follow-up question is also very complicated. What was your low for the week? By taking a few minutes and just hearing kind of what everybody's great experience from the week or low experience from the week was, you guys will have a really good idea of kind of where everybody in the group's at right now as you guys start your discussion. So why don't you do that, take a moment, and then we'll start here when you're done. Well, hey, welcome back. Hey, as week 4 starts, as we kick off the last week of this test drive, I think you guys know where I'm coming from. My hope is that your group will continue to meet. My hope is that these 4 weeks so far have been really great. My hope is that what you've started will continue for a while, that you guys will have found some things that are worth doing, and that this group will continue to go and grow from here. Our hope, the community pastors, the leadership of our church, our hope is that you guys as a group will figure out really how to care for each other, that you guys as a group will learn and grow towards Christ together. Our hope is that as a group, you guys will be a force for good in your community. And really that as a group, you will figure out how to be the church in your little location, in your home, in your apartment, in your restaurant, wherever you guys are meeting, that you guys will figure out how to be the church. Now we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but before we do, I just have 3 quick questions for you. The first question is this: what's been good about group so far? If you're planning on going on, there must be something that you've liked about it. So what's been really good about the group so far? What are the things that you've liked? What's been worthwhile about it? The second question is pretty simple as well. Now the second question may seem like a no-brainer, but it's at least worth asking before we move forward. And the second question is, do we want to continue as a group? Now up front in week 1, we just asked you guys to commit for 4 weeks. And if you've made it to this point, then you have fulfilled your commitment. And so I'm just thankful that you've made it this far. But now the question is, do we want to go on? Do we want to continue to meet? And our hope is that you say yes. If you say no, then you can turn off the DVD after this and you're done. But if you say yes, then we'll spend the rest of the time tonight just figuring out what that's going to look like. So the first question I have really is just, what's been good about this group so far? You've stuck it out. You've been here for 4 weeks. Is this when you see my thumbs?
Yep.
All right. I just realized what I was doing there. So the first question is, what's been good about this group? You've stuck it out. You're still here after 4 weeks. And so what is it that's made you come back? What have you liked? What are the conversations that you felt good about? What are the things that you've really appreciated? What's been good about this group? The second question might seem like a no-brainer, but it's a really important one. And it is, do we want to continue? You guys committed up front to do 4 weeks. That's all you committed to, and I'm glad that you did. And the fact that you've made it here means you've made it. You've fulfilled your commitment. But my hope is that you'll keep going after this, that this will not be the last week of the group. So before we even ask anything else, the question has to be asked, do we want to go on? If not, then you can turn off the TV now, you can be done, eject the DVD, and you guys have committed, blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to cut all that. We'll just leave it after, go on. I'll put it back in. Now, if not, you can eject the DVD now, you can turn off the TV, party, eat snacks, go on your merry ways. But if so, then there's one more question that's probably worth asking. And that is, what could we do that would really make this group better? What are the things that, that we'd be wanting to add over the next few weeks? Keep it positive, keep it encouraging, but really, what are the things that, that we want to add to really make this a great group experience? Go ahead and write these answers down, both for questions 1 and 3, because we'll go ahead and use those later in the show. Go ahead and write go ahead and write these down, both question 1 and 3. Write down your answers, and we'll use them later on tonight. But for now, go ahead and discuss those 3 questions, and come back here when you're done. Good. All right.